computer. Okay, so this is horizontal paper where it's landscape. If I rotate it, this is vertical. I want to roll this into what I would say like a hot dog shape, and then add a piece of tape on the top. I'm just going to like press it down a little bit on the top and on the bottom. So I have a cylinder, right? Okay, so you don't need to do this step, but I'm just going to do it to show you. I'm going to draw a line, maybe, I don't know, a couple inches down, just to give me a stopping point. What I want to do is I'm going to cut down the hot dog, down the cylinder to that line, or just in your case, go approximately to that line. You don't have to draw it, although if you want to, but just watch what I do. After I cut these like fringes, I'm going to fold them in. So I'm going to fold that into the middle. And again, there's no, I'm not concerned with are the cuts an inch apart, but notice by folding them down, I'm covering the base. So because this is hanging over, I cut it a little too long. I'm just going to do that and then tape it. Now I'm not worried about how perfectly, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy, how perfect this is, because I know that if I'm attaching this to my piñata later, I'm going to be covering this with paper mache that will make it look neater. So this could be the bottom of a leg if I were to do a horse, for example. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do with this cylinder is I'm going to draw, this is the end that I taped. I'm going to draw a line very similar at the open end across. And again, this is just for video purposes. You don't really even need this line, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut my lines, but this time, instead of folding the tabs in, I'm calling these tabs, they're really, now they're going to be glue tabs. Instead of folding the fringe in, I'm going to fold them out. So watch what I do. So now what these tabs are doing, they're called glue tabs because this is how I can then attach this to my piñata. So let's pretend that this is my paper mache piñata balloon. I can now use these tabs and grab tape or paper mache, and I'm just going to do this for demo purposes. You guys are not going to be doing this part at home. I'm just showing you. So later this will make more sense. But I would take some tape and I would tape this across to attach the leg onto the body. And I would tape, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing it. And I would tape this to my piñata. So if this is my balloon that's covered in paper mache, I'm now adding a leg by using the glue tabs that were folded outward onto my piñata. And I will demonstrate this later when we're actually there. I just want to teach you how to create some basic shapes to add to, if that affects your design. Take a picture of your cylinder, and this is one thing you will put on Discord. This time the last time we rolled it like a tall hot dog because I wanted a long cylinder. This time I'm gonna take a new piece of paper and rotate it sideways and do it, like a hamburger. So this was vertical, this is horizontal. This time I'm gonna roll it this way and tape it down the seam. So again, take my tape. You could do it in short little pieces of tape or one big long piece. I'm going to tape that down the seam. So you'll notice a couple things. My cylinder is not as tall and it's wider, right? So there's my cylinder. Now what I'm going to do with this wide cylinder is I'm going to press and crease, literally folding it in half on both sides. So if I peel this open, I might have more like an oval shape, not a cylinder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to match these two folds together and crease it the other way. So what I've created now from my cylinder is a rectangle because I put creases on 4 sides, or a box. So from my box, I want to do the same thing. I'm going to draw a line just so I know where to cut my my tabs. And what you could do in this one is cut on the folds down to that line. And folding in is going to create the base of a box. So the process for my box is the same as for my cylinder, except I'm adding creases on the edges to make that box. So now I can tape the bottom and I've created an enclosed box. I'm just going to finish this. Do the same thing on the other end. So this is very much a repeat. Cut on my creases. And again, you see my line is really funky, but it just gives me an approximate. Now on the bottom, this is the close, this is the top. On the bottom, remember, I want to fold these outwards. These are my glue tabs. So now I've created, you know, maybe it's a skyscraper. I don't know. Maybe you want maybe you're making a table pinata. And again, these are my glue tabs. So I would attach this part with tape. And again, this could be shorter. If I wanted let's say I wanted to do like a Rubik's Cube, I'm just going to cut down further. And you guys don't have to do this. This part here is literally just for demo. And then just crease again. So I just have a longer piece here that I can cut to attach. So you could do a long rectangle box, or literally maybe it's like a Rubik's Cube box. I'm going to just cut these little tabs off. I'm doing this super quick because we're running out of time. And then I would attach this to my pinata. So whatever you made, a box or a rectangle, take a picture of that and post that on Discord. And so in the end today, you have a cylinder, you have a box or a rectangle, created similarly with glue tabs to attach to your pinata later if you wanted to. Post this on Discord. That is your homework.